All right, team. Before we get going today, I want to talk about what's called a succession or bloodlines game. It's where a group of people, let's say 5 people, will share one save for a single player game. So I'll play until a certain breakpoint or until I die, and then I'll send the save to the next person in the circle. They will then play until the next breakpoint, and then they will send it to the third person in the circle. Eventually it gets back around to me, and I get to see what everyone did with the crumbs that I left them. It's very fun, it's very chaotic and silly, and it's just a really casual way to play asynchronously for people that have weird schedules or whatever. You don't have to play together, you play single player together. So the rules that I'm considering for doing this with Vintage Story are, we're just going to play vanilla, because mods and conflicts and everyone wants their own mods. It's a mess. We're not going to touch it. You've inherited the land. You may do with it what you wish. This means that you do not need to respect the goals, desires, or designs of anyone that came before you. If somebody started chiseling something out and you think it's super ugly, rip it out. If you want to spend your time, your term as the player, redefining how the farm works to make it more efficient, you just do that. You don't need anyone's permission. You're not stepping on any toes. It's the whole point. I'm thinking we'll play for 1 month or until you die. How long those months should be will just determine on who's playing and how long like one commitment should be, because nobody's playing but you for the time that you have the save until you send it to the next person. And so if you only play 1 hour a month, then 20-day months is not going to work for us. As you play, you should keep like notes. It doesn't have to be in character, but it's fun to do in character. Just kind of a list of things that have happened, your thoughts. This should be relatively surface level, not give so much in-depth how-to detail that people know exactly what you were doing, but leave these kind of contextual gaps to where you leave a half-finished project and the next person has to figure out what you were trying to do and if that was useful or stupid. If you survive until the last night of the end of your month, you get to leave a 1-line wish for the next person to optionally fulfill. This is the only communication you'll have about what you want the next person to do. So you might get to point out that there is a translocator in the eastern mine and that they should probably repair that. If you die, you cannot write any additional notes past that point. You can only include how you died, and then you have to jump time forward 3 months. So if you were repairing the fence to the farm and a bear jumps on you, you have to fast forward time 3 months, and those crops are going to die because goats are going to eat them. Now, this is different than just playing normally, because normally you go in and you start thinking about winter and how you're going to prepare for winter. But you don't actually get to play until winter. You only have a month to do as much useful or interesting or funny things as you can for the next guy. Getting to iron tools, for example, is not actually that helpful if you just die with all the iron stuff on your body. It's not that helpful if the next guy has no idea how iron works. Also, you really can't get caught up in the mentality that you have to make everything yourself. You have to rely on what the people before you have made and what you can set up for the next guy. So you don't want to be grinding to copper every single time you play. You want to use whatever level of technology the base currently has. Anyway, I've never done a serious Succession or Bloodlines game in any game before. I've always thought about it. I always thought it sounded really interesting, but I can never find people that want to do it. It's kind of a commitment long term, because you're going to come back around in the circle and you're going to have to spend, 4 or 5 hours playing through your month and then send it to the next guy. And people don't want to sign up for that level of commitment. But Vintage Story seems really well suited to this kind of gameplay, and so I thought I'd put it out there, put some feelers out, see if anybody's interested. If you are, or have ideas for how to make it better, drop them in the comments and let me know. Okay, August 9th, 2 in the morning. I think we had just picked up some wins. I think we stopped playing because we got cozy. Okay, what was I working on? I had just fixed the farm, which we can't see. Food storage is going to be something we need to figure out probably today. I want to redo these floors as cobblestone, I think. It just looks a little weird. Now, this is... I'm going to pause a lot today because I have a lot to say. I've been arguing on Reddit the last couple of days. Wood will burn, but it does not ignite instantly in all cases, immediately into a blazing inferno. When wood gets hot, when it is heated, depends how old the wood is. You want to stop before it gets charred, but a log like these birch logs rises. It's crazy. If you've ever tried to actually burn out a piece of wood, it's a huge pain in the ass. It is not as easy as you would think. So one of my pet peeves right now is vintage story people thinking that wood just sets ablaze instantly the minute heat touches it. That's not how it works. I think we are going to fire some lamps and see if maybe we can get some light going in some important places. Well, that was a fail. Okay, that was really quick and easy. I thought they were going to be a way bigger pain to do for some reason. Looks like we can fit 4 in a space, so we're going to go ahead and make 4. 12 is now the lowest we've seen for August. We really do probably need to make some winter clothes. Oh, I didn't realize we have more seeds. Guess that means that's probably what we were doing, right? Onions are, everything's growing, which is good. I don't need to actually do a bunch of farming. I thought I was going to need to replace a bunch of stuff, but no, this is okay. So, productive things to do today. Seems like we're going to be okay on food for right this second. So today's task is going to be getting more copper, I think. We're going to go visit one of our listed coppers. And we're going to do this so that we have plenty of copper to work with to make a prospecting pick, which will help us find something to alloy into bronze. We have our list of surface copper sightings that should make it easy. Looks like there are multiple around the crystal cave, so we're going to go over there. We're also out of sticks, so maybe we'll collect some on the way. Crystal Cave, for those that don't remember, is over here near Conglomerate Flowers, somewhere. I'm not actually that sure. Okay, here's some copper. I don't think this was any of these. But that's okay. Not like I'm gonna be bothered, right? So I'm not seeing the alleged copper. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know what's going on, but it's enough for me to just move on. Okay, we got some little buddies. This is the Crystal Cave. So one of our things was above the Crystal Cave. Oh wow. Look at all those. I think above means here. So we're looking for bones that we use to mark things or just copper. Alright, here's some copper. Here's some copper. Should be in this general area. Okay, cool. We found some. The reason that we're stressing about copper so much is because this pickaxe is almost gone, and the hammer's almost gone. So we have to replace those, which is already 40 nuggets worth of copper. And we're hoping to get enough for a prospecting pick and some shears, and to get into bronze. It's more than just a little bit of stuff. We want to find enough copper to get into, like, the age of copper. And if our tools all break, then we're back at the beginning, right? Trying to find nuggets to get our stuff cast. Okay, so that is this copper vein done. Let's mark that one off on our list. Above the Crystal Cave within the Conglomerate Sands shows already marked. This one wasn't marked. I'm gonna leave that as a cognitive error and think that this is what we did and we just didn't mark it. We marked it down incorrectly, but there's some chance there are some bones up here that are going to tell us there's more copper, which would be pretty good. Glamour Flowers and Crystal Cave. So we'll check all these peaks, I guess. And then tonight we'll probably do a lot of metalworking. I'm gonna need more trees for more wood to make more charcoal, because we are running low on charcoal. So this might turn into a lumberjacking trip. Yeah, okay, I don't see any more clear ones. We figured out that one batch of charcoal should be 4 stacks of wood. A stack of wood is 16, which turns into 2 stacks of firewood, and we only need 2 stacks of... And the charcoal pit is only 2 by 2. I'm getting cocky with my new wooden club strats, but like... I still don't want to pick the fight, you know? More goats. So yeah, come to think of it, we actually have a lot of crafting to do tonight, because we want to make winter clothes. We want to get the metal rolling. We have those oil lamps being cooked. Okay, that should be good to head home. We picked a fight with a goat. Oh, fuck. I think our armor just broke. What hit me from behind? What? That thing was nowhere near me. That's insane. That's upsetting. I had no idea his range was going to be so crazy. Also, we know like where we died, so it's not too bad. And the only thing around is a goat and an assassin sheep, so as long as they don't double team me, I should be okay. That pole is from my attempt to kill myself during the temporal storm. I couldn't see anything at all, and I thought if I could get my death glow back, that would be something, right? Maybe I'd get back to my items in time. And turns out that 20 blocks is not enough to actually kill yourself. So, embarrassing. We're gonna look for seashells, maybe? As we go? I think we can grind them down into lime or something useful. I guess it is unlikely that any of you played Demon's Souls back in the day, PvP. But that goat really reminded me of the range of a Mirrodin hammer. It is quite deceptive. I guess we'll make this trip useful by collecting some rot. And maybe my grunting stick. It's almost worn out, but that's okay. Hey, we got big. It's 5 p.m. We wasted the whole day running back. I didn't need to fight the goat. I just thought we could. Crystal Cave should be right around there. And then I think we went right past it to do some lumberjackery. That should be our death goat. No, that's our death goat. Our items should be right around here. What am I carrying that I don't need? Those are gone. Conglomerate stones can always fuck off. Disappointing, but at least we are going to get home with our stuff. Eat some food, get to crafting. Pig? We could definitely kill a pig, but it's gonna be dark soon, and then we definitely can't kill a pig. Alright, we're looking at medium activity tonight, so we do need to be somewhat vigilant. My armor's destroyed, which is frustrating, but... Oh man, we have food just sitting here, I didn't realize that. Thought I heard a Bowtorn, so not super jazzed about that. Okay. Hammer's not doing fantastic. We'll have to make a new one. So that'll take 20 of these. We should be fine, honestly. You guys see him outside the window? Think we open the window to shoot us? One stack of logs is 32 firewood. Or 64. So this would be like the back 2 tiles. So we need 2 more or 4 more stacks. Okay, this should be enough for firewood or for charcoal. Okay, let's look at warm clothing. What can we do with the raw brown bear pelts? So like +2 is just an absolute number that goes into my body temperature when it starts getting down to like -5. I don't remember what the lowest it can get is, but it'll be -3 instead or whatever. That could be wrong. That could be faulty understanding, but let's see if we were to oil this and make it into a pelt. Alright, these clothes are better. I have class exclusive recipes unlocked, so we can do tailor stuff. I don't know what we'd be able to do if we didn't have that set. These are all 3, 5, okay, Arctic. Alright, so these fur coats, these parkas seem to be the way. And they're very expensive. Okay, we're not making any of that. Nopers. Fur coat seems like it could happen. Alright, this could be a good use of small pelts. So I think we are going to go ahead and oil some things. Okay, we are going to oil these, which is going to take, I think, 4. Ugh, so many. We'll lay those out maybe over here. I guess Bowtorn are really what make this dangerous. Like the little buddies, I can at least see. Right? But the big guys, can I? Can I see them? What hit me? Oh, from behind. They just swarm, you know? And here's the Bowtorn, causing me problems. Yeah, I thought we'd go pick a fight, try to get some stuff done, but there's just too many of them to not have armor. And they run away, and then the Bowtorn shoots at you. Unproductive is how I would call it. I'm open to picking a few fights, but I don't want to just get stomped by 80 guys. Where'd it come from? Okay, we got buddies coming out the... I think they're coming out of the rift now. Which is going to make blacksmithing very annoying today. I had heard that a torch could set guys on fire. That seems useful. So we're going to try that a little bit. See See if maybe that can do the job. Okay. Didn't kill him, though. Yeah, I think the club's better than the torch. Okay. Think it through. I need to replace my hammer. I need to make a prospecting pick. I only have 2 ingot molds, so we're going to do 200 at a time, which is going to be 40. The bellows has durability. That sucks balls. That is maybe not even worth making. Okay. Time for charcoal making. Check out. Oh, nope. Didn't mean to click that. Alright, that's ready. I've just been burning charcoal for no reason. No disaster. Okay, get some pine trees growing. Okay, we lost a lot more HP than we needed to on that. That's okay. I think we're going to hunt something today. I don't know what. This can all wait until later. Yeah, we can craft those later. Charcoal can hang out in the crucible. Nope. Nope. Not the goal. Not what I was going for. Annoying. I didn't think it'd be hot enough to just reignite. Okay. We are hunting. There are plenty of pigs around. We've won a pig fight before. I believe in us. All the little chicken bones. Now remember, there is that wolf over here that maybe we'll fight. Maybe we won't. I'm feeling frisky. So that's kind of the superpower of enemies, is they get to run away in the grass. He could be anywhere. Tree. Okay, well that was unproductive. We risked a lot for nothing, because we chased him into the forest instead of out of it. We're finding a good amount of vegetables, which is, nice, but I really wanted that wolf, man. I don't know where it went. There's a mod that gives animals a blood trail when you hit them. So you can like follow its trail and stuff. It's pretty nice. And I hope they eventually make it like a standard feature, because it really makes hunting like way less frustrating trying to just figure out where in the grass thing you hit went. Fox pelts are used in quite a bit of the winter clothing we looked at. It could be worth picking some fights with foxes, but they do fight back. They're not totally free. Okay, we got an assassin sheep. Okay. We're gonna try this deer. Nope. Guess maybe I'm just not stealthy enough, right? Parsnips, those are new. We don't have any parsnips. Okay, pig. We hit a friggin' ledge. We jumped on it. He's gonna kill us. Okay, I guess he ran off. We have some idea of where he's at. But if he fights, we're dead. I saw him go this way. Is that the pig up by that tree? Or is that just a tree? There's the pig. I don't see his movement. said goat again, but I think we learned our lesson about goats. Is that a wolf or a pig? That's a wolf. Less than ideal. The dead rooster here. Okay. I was kind of hoping we would find the pig. I saw something. Pig. Low weight. Didn't think this through. This can go. This stays. This is more important than a broken axe. Yeah, okay. Alright, we're gonna get home safely, and then we're gonna make notes about that pig. A lot of copper out here, actually. I think I've been exceptionally lucky about copper on this map. I know sometimes it does not go so smoothly. Oh, man. I know you guys think I'm being over dramatic about the assassin sheep. I know that. But I'm not. They're actually dangerous. Maybe I could get them into my hole, though. Yeah, let's grab some conglomerate stones so we can throw them without worry. And see about provoking an assassin sheep into a bear hole. Get fucked. The decent weight gave us 7 to 8, 2 to 1, and 1 to 2. So really the weight of the animals seems virtually irrelevant. It's not something I should worry about or even think about. Like, there is a world we could imagine where waiting for an animal to go from low to decent would be worthwhile, but at 6 red meat versus 8, I'm just not that stressed about it. Then we'll also add parsnip seeds to our notes. Okay, the stats of this seed are kind of crazy. It uses P instead of N, which makes it an outlier. Its consumption is like half of everything else. Growth days is 16, which is pretty normal. Cold down to -10, heat up to 32. Parsnips OP. Our second batch of turnips are already at 4 of 5. They're still damaged because of the heat, but it's not bad. Okay, we got low rift activity, which is not calm, but maybe low enough for us to go work on our smithy stuff. We need to be more diligent. We didn't get high temperatures for July or August, and we're already into September. Okay, so these lamps never burn out, and so they're good for lighting a place. They are not super great for like trying to keep monsters out. Their light falls off really quick. But it is a lot less than trying to manage a million torches all the time. We never have to go and break them again. Okay, our home is lit. We will still need some more, but we're getting somewhere. All right. We spent the whole night constructing our roof. I think I've figured out the corners all right. It's going to move up to there, and yeah, so it's going to be something like that all the way around, I think. Just a nice square roof. But now it is smithing time. The objective for smithing time is... Our objective is to get a hammer and a prospecting pick made. I don't know if the bellows is actually useful. I don't know if this is how I should be using it. I don't know anything. I don't know if I just need to use it once or if I gotta use it a bunch of times, but stuff heats up fast enough, I'm not stressed. Okie dokie. So first things first, a hammer. Cool. Let's go right. Might have made a mistake. Alright, why can't I... I messed something up, I guess. Super sucks. Okay. Hoping I can, you know, fix this. Before my hammer breaks and before, you know, everything else, so... Fuck. Problematic, to say the least. Damn. We didn't make it in time. That means we have to cast a hammer, which we should have just done in the first place. So for you blacksmith experts out there, what did I mess up on that hammer? Like, why was it struggling so hard? I didn't think this through. That sucks. Absolutely should have just cast it. I want to make it out to our other field today. They did respawn. There's some opportunity to get our chickens going again. Maybe not mess it up this time. I really need to get competent enough to kill those guys. Maybe a better weapon could actually help us, right? Normally I'm like, just hit it a million times with your 1 damage weapon. But maybe we can make like a bow or something? Something actually, I don't know, designed for hunting? We got drifters and pigs. Assassin sheep. Where'd the pig go? Dude, I don't want you here. I don't want to play with you. Stop throwing stuff at me. Annoying, nobody likes you. What about that pig? Do they walk back to where they were? Do they hang out in the same area? Or is he just gone forever? Hard to say. A lot of chickens today. A lot of chickens. I wouldn't normally kill them because the food kind of sucks, but so many. I hit the friggin' assassin sheep, didn't I? All the pigs in the world, and I gotta hit the sheep. That spear is not that important. We're going home. Six and nine. Yeah, this stuff's not growing well enough. I was hoping to be a little further along. I think we will try to make a better weapon for hunting specifically. Or maybe dig out some of these ruins? Bear? Other bear? That's a big hole. They got away. Okay, so digging here would kind of make sense. Especially here. So I think we're going to make a shovel and start excavating these ruins. See what we can come up with. Okay, now I don't know anything about excavating ruins. I am historically bad at it, and I think I miss a lot of stuff. But it can't be that complicated, right? We just dig around the structure. Maybe I might need my pickaxe. But what we're looking for are either hidden chambers or bony soil. Unfortunately, I think we might need the pickaxe. Because it seems like there's something here, right? I can't tell if we're being unlucky or not. Feels like we're not finding anything. Okay, so yeah, that was not productive. That wasn't productive even a little bit. I could try some others. Okay, we got some bony soil. We found something. It was not literally nothing, but it's still not, you know, great. Alright, I guess we're gonna head back because it's 5 p.m. Why'd he turn? I'm not saying it wasn't effective. He lost me, but... This was another big fail day. I think we're having more fail days than wins, but we're not losing so much that it's rough anymore. We're just losing to a degree that it's annoying. You know, it's not like we're gonna die, we can't get anything done. It's just like, I wish I was a little better at hunting, you know? Alright, so let's talk about the bow. Crude bow you can make, I think anyone can make. And then the others are because we unlocked recipes. Yeah, we won't be able to do any of this till flax comes in, until we find lime for leather. It's a whole thing. But crude bow, 3 piercing damage is the same as a spear, right? 4 wind thrust, so spear's better. I wonder if a bow is more accurate or hits longer or something. Bow and arrow. Crude arrow. Reduced piercing damage. Flint arrow. Still reducing damage. Copper arrow is going to be like our basic arrow. We'll have to give it some thought. We got low activity, so I think it's going to be okay to just run around a little bit. I'm a little concerned that most of what we're doing these days is not that interesting to watch. It's a lot like organizing the house, so most of it's going to get cut out. And so, like, I play more, but the episodes are shorter. Which is not ideal. Each month feels shorter than the last. The farms are still not producing, but there is some hope for harvest before winter. I've attempted to supplement by hunting boar, but they constantly escape into the thick brush. It may be easier to capture and breed them at this point. On one such failed hunt, I discovered the ruins of a village just beyond the conglomerate sands. I couldn't help but do a little excavating and brought home some bony soil to sift through. My efforts are pulled in all directions, but nothing seems to bear out. Am I such a failure at homesteading? Or perhaps it's this hard for everyone? So, most of what we worked on today was little things, just smithing and building the roof and finding food and organizing the inventory. We really didn't get much done, recorded for 3 hours. But as far as the journal goes, the only real changes we had here so far, we got killed by a billy goat. We started keeping a list of everything we find in the bony soil just to see what's possible. That's flint, arrowhead, candle, flax fiber, and bone. We crossed off another surface copper location. We tested the club and torch hunting strategies. Torch was garbage, club was alright. We added parsnips to the farming log. We got the seeds for that, so we got some more stats. Unfortunately, I never did check the high temperature for July or August. I'm hoping to remember to do it for September. I basically just have to look at the temperature at 5 p.m. That seems to be the hottest time of day. Our second planting of turnips went into medium soil in the same location with the same water situation on August 3rd. So the 7-day growth cycle means that it should have been ready around September 1st. But it wasn't. So we need to check that daily and see when it's actually. For the boar, we killed another one that was low weight, and that showed us that the difference between low and decent weight is minimal. It is not worth worrying about. We finally started a page for drifters, and we think they have around 13 HP. I put a note here that the club is very effective on them. It takes 9 hits to kill them with the club. We started a page for goats. And so that's where we're at. Remember to leave a comment if you are interested in participating in a succession game where we pass the save off to the next person. And hopefully the next one's longer, more action-packed. I don't know.